want you to get a little taste and flavor of what it's all about. I want you to think about the Alumni Leadership Academy and your youth moving forward. But I want to introduce Keyonta Thomas from Chicago, Illinois, to tell you a little bit about it. And part of the cohort of 2015 Wallach class.
My name is Keyonta Thomas, and again, I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and I'm a part of this year's Wallach class. But just to give you all an insight, a quick little part of background about me, I've been involved in Gear Up since I was in the 7th grade. And, I've been a part of Gear Up since I was in the 7th grade, and I grew up in a single mother household, and I kind of grew up in a very rough neighborhood in Chicago. I was always a very studious person, but one of my biggest challenges was kind of like avoiding the street life and everything that came outside of school. My mother was the only person that I had that kind of pushed me towards academic success, and that's exactly where Gear Up came in and played that major role and by supporting me, myself, and my mother in helping me stand on that right path towards academic success. The Gear Up staff became a part of my family, and as I continued throughout middle school and high school, with the help of Gear Up, I was able to graduate with a 4.2 GPA. And I earned the Posse Foundation Scholarship to Denison University. This May, so this past May, I graduated from Denison with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Education and Black Studies. And now, thanks to the wonderful people such as Wendy, Jenny, Margaret, and all the other Chicago staff, I am now an employee of Gear Up, working for the students in the high school. But enough about me. Myself, along with these amazing students on stage, were selected to be a part of the Gear Up Alumni Leadership Academy, which is a year-long program which seeks to create an empowered network alumni to lead, advocate, and give back to the Gear Up community that served us so well. Recently, we came to Washington, D.C. to take part in leadership training, and as a part of that work, we shared our Gear Up stories and advocated for the program with a host of national leaders. We held a briefing for congressional staff, held 86 meetings with congressional offices, and met the Department of Education and White House staff to let them know how important Gear Up was to our communities. That I think I've learned, and we all learned during our time in DC, was that one, there's power in my voice. There's power in our voice. Each of us on stage here are living embodiments of what it means to be Gear Up students, and our voices need to be heard. Two, Gear Up is more than a program. It's a call. It's a call. Everyone, all the alumni on stage now are like my family. A family who knows how to organize for social change. And three, to correct the inequities within education. We all need to work together. We all need to work together. And I encourage all of you to think about how to empower your youth, how to empower your alumni, and to advance our shared mission of opportunity. So now, to help shed some insight into our experience thus far, I'd like to call your attention to a short film that captures just a small sliver of the amazing training we had last night.
Each winter, NCCEP and Gear Up professionals select up to 30 alumni leaders from across the United States to participate in Guala. In 2015, Guala commissioned CoolSpeak, the youth engagement company, to further develop these leaders into confident advocates with the necessary tools to impact change. These are their stories.
My Gear Up story begins around the middle of high school. I was already involved in Saturday academies, but it wasn't until I went to the Gear Up University summer program where I actually felt like a college student. And I wasn't criminalized or labeled as a troublemaker. I was actually acknowledged as somebody who has potential. And so when I embodied that, when I think I internalized that, I really saw me going to college. And as I continued, I really just didn't see myself being successful, but I saw my community being successful. Because I'm a true believer now through Gear Up that education isn't a way to escape poverty or the state you're in. Education is a way to improve the state your communities in. It's a way to end poverty. And so that's what Gear Up has really fostered me into.
First and foremost, I want them to gain this idea of how powerful they are. That their voice matters, that they have a really important voice, as important as anybody else's. And in some ways, they carry a voice for a lot of other kids as well, so it's not just their voice. The second is this idea of skill building. They're going through training with CoolSpeak and all the other training around advocacy, telling a story. There's so many things that built into this week for them that I think school systems and other endeavors don't really cultivate in kids.
Gear Up for me is not only a way to seize the opportunity for education, it's a support system. My family and I have been homeless for 2 years, and this is the second time we've been homeless. And my mother has always told me why education is important for me and my younger sibling. It'll get us out of that situation again.
Gear Up opened doors for myself, for my peers, and I went through loss. I lost my father when I was 14, and my mother was incarcerated when I was 15, almost 16 years old. And Gear Up was my support system at school. They were my family. They're who I turned to. They gave me a new beginning, a new hope, a new way to be able to throw myself into things and distract myself from everyday life, I guess, but in a positive way and not the bad ways that so many kids turn to now. And I just want that. I want every student in America to be able to be touched by Gear Up and to just know that someone's there. I want everyone to be able to have someone, because there's so many kids who are just alone and don't think they have the options they do. And I want to help them.
My Gear Up story is inspiration.
My Gear Up story is encouragement.
My Gear Up story is incredible.
My Gear Up story is change. My Gear Up story is opportunity.
My Gear Up story is an eye-opener.
I encourage all of you to share your Gear Up story by utilizing your social media with the hashtag #MyGearUpStory. The world needs to hear from you.
I have my Gear Up story. What's yours?
I'd like to wrap up my remarks on this quick note of gratitude. On behalf of all the Gear Up alumni leaders, I would like to thank the Kresge Foundation for supporting this critical work, NCCEP for leading this work, CoolSpeak, and the many other partners who helped make our experience a wonderful experience. Lastly and most importantly, I'd like to thank each and every one of you sitting in this room. Each and every day for all the hard work and opportunities that you give us to help advance the opportunity for our nation's youth is something that passions me to be here standing on this stage and doing the work that I do now. In no small part due to your focus, determination, and your selflessness, all of us get to stand on this stage and we're products of your work. So now as a Gear Up professional, I look forward to joining the collective cause and pushing our notions of success and academic success through Gear Up, and I look forward to working side by side with you all. Let's get to work.
Deep thanks to all of them. I mean, I think you can even feel